Tuesday. As you all can see from my appearance, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I had to come to you all today because actually I wanted to come to all of my social media family and friends yesterday and do my live, but I don't know what this is, this bug or whatever it is that's really gotten me down a little bit. So as you all can see, I'm not fully here, but I am here. I wanted to say hi to all of my social media family and especially my YouTube family because guess what, y'all? I finally can go live for an extended period of time now. So I want to thank all of you who have helped me make that benchmark. And now we are here. So you all will be seeing me a lot longer when I do come to you. It's not going to be like a time crunch. But first, what I wanted to discuss with my social media family, of course, was probably what you all have been seeing on my social media outlets already about the passings of three very important individuals in three different genres. They have passed away this week. First and foremost was King George Foreman the First. He passed away at 76 years old this week, and I believe it was due to some sort of cancer that he had, but I'm not sure because him and his family was very quiet and wanted, privacy while he fought his battle. Um, which I'm sure we all can understand. Some, famous people like to share their journeys in hopes that it will help others. And some are a little bit more private. And George Foreman wanted to be a little bit more private with it. And me, when it comes to things like that, when you've lived a full public life and you've given the public so much of yourself throughout your life, I can kind of understand why, especially when you're having a certain health issue that you're wrestling with that can pull and draw away from the public persona that you have built all of your life. Sometimes, people have given so much of themselves to their public till when it gets to that point, they just want some privacy to transition peacefully. And I can understand when they've given the world a very big chunk of their life. Hey, everybody, I see y'all. Welcome to my YouTube Live. I told y'all now I can be with you all a little bit longer. Some of the parameters that were around me, being, I guess, a newbie, I've had my YouTube channel since way back when Unique was first taken, but I had never really put my foot into it, so to speak, like I'm doing now. Hey, everybody. Hi. How y'all doing? I see y'all. I'm here. I'm sorry. I apologize for not coming yesterday, but as I said, my intention was to go live yesterday, especially with my excitement. At now, I can be on live longer. I was like uber excited, and as you all always already know, thank you so much to see Bully's Kingdom. I see you. And Seneca Bradley, hey baby, I love you too. I love you too. I'm so glad to be with y'all now for an extended period of time. I don't have to rush and tell you what I have to tell y'all. I can just tell y'all and take my time and we can spend some quality time together. And as I said, I'm under the weather today, but y'all please forgive me. and bear with me. I'm here. I'm doing okay this morning, Seneca Bradley. How are you doing today, my dear? And Wing Wong Ding Dong, how are you? I don't know what that message is, but if I think it's what it is, we're not doing that because we're keeping things positive and constructive on this channel. I'm very particular about the messages that I put out on my channel, as they are a reflection of my daughter, who I've been fighting for justice for 15 years. So we're not going to do if that's what I think it is. And Seneca, you are gorgeous and beautiful as well. Now, the edible part, I don't know what that means. But anyway, on to my next note. As I said, I was speaking on George Foreman's passing this week um, at 76 years old, and he did a more private transition. Um, so, how can we judge him? Because he gave the world a whole chunk of his life. Um, which we cannot really, or I feel that we could not, or I could not um, be upset with him for wanting to transition in privacy and in peace, because he had given us so much. Now, some of these, famous, quote unquote, famous people who um, get these things, and they had things happen to them in their life, and they haven't given that much in their fame, but taking from us, their fans. Those I don't understand when they request privacy, because for one thing, when you sign up to be famous, you sign up to share your life with the world. And if the people in the world are taking, 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 or giving, giving to you to enrich your life, fame wise, financially, and pretty much supporting your lifestyle, then I do think you owe the public a certain amount of um, involving them in things, as well as assisting the public and helping the public to unravel some of these horrible health issues and things that affect people in their daily lives. And um, my following that has followed me avidly for these 15 years know that I've taken my daughter's abduction and unaliving to a level of helping other people. So can't be too much privacy in that. But in the meantime, and in between time, I feel and felt like it was my mission use unique situation and platform for some good in this world, especially seeing as though there's so much evil, wickedness in this world. I'd rather be a light than dark. I'd rather my daughter's legacy to reflect light and not darkness and weird overcast. Um, so that just was my personal choice. But each to his own. Um, and next person that I want to discuss, who passed away this week. Or matter of fact, yeah, it was actually, she passed away the same day as Angie Stone did. Can you imagine? Can you believe that? But anyway, civil rights activist Helen Nell Dukes passed away at 92 years old. And she was a NAACP leader at one point. She was a very strong and powerful civil rights activist. So her passing, of course, all of these that I'm telling you about, Ms. Dukes as well as George Foreman's and all the passings that I speak to my social media family about, I post them so people can get a visual and connect what I'm saying to the real actual person. I normally do like a reel. So um, I've already posted the reel with Mrs. Helen Nell Dukes in reference to her passing on March the 1st at 92 years old. Her passion for justice and equality for all, I think, is one of the most unmatched stories that I've ever seen. I mean, she took on these weird journalists and things that, said some of the most mean things to her. And the power in her words were enough to grab my attention years back. But we send our prayers and condolences from Team Unique Harris to George Foreman's family, civil rights leader Helen Nell Dukes. And the last one, as far as I want to discuss, as far as the passings in this live that I'm doing, is one of the legendary Isley brothers, Chris Jasper, passed away on February the 23rd, 2025, at the age of 73 years old. And they did list his cause of death as cancer related. Not sure what kind of cancer, really, I guess, doesn't really matter, because yes, he has passed away, and we want to give our heartfelt prayers and condolences to his family in this time of grief, which none of us want to have to experience. But unfortunately, deceased, transition, passing on, passing away is all the end part of life. And those were the three that I wanted to speak on in reference to that situation, as far as my notices of the passings. And again, you can go to my social media platforms, whether it be TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of those platforms that I have, and you can see the tributes that I put out for all the people that I speak of individually. And I it also into some of my other missing and unresolved cases, which the first one I want to talk about is the Washington, D.C. Freeway Phantom six victim case. Because as my social media following and family know, I primarily address, put out, try to push as far as I can with uniques in my platform, these older cases. Because I still be at a loss as to how, with all the advances in technology that has happened in the last, let's just say, 20 or 25 years, how there are still cases that are 30, 40, 50, 60. As you all already know, I found a missing persons case that went back 98 years. And I think that's the oldest one that I could find because that was the oldest one where records started being kept of these sorts of crimes. The Freeway Phantom case of the six victims, which are listed on their flyer is on my social media platforms. All of these six abductions and unalivings happened between 1971, late 1971, into 1972. Mm-hmm. Over 50 years ago, which is mind boggling to me how a case of six people being ripped away from their families and brutally unalived and remains being found. There's no one or people being held accountable or responsible for these cases of unalivings, six people deceased. They could come up with a name for it, the Freeway Phantom victims, but you couldn't come up with results for someone to be held accountable. It does something to me that pisses me off, really. But at the end of the day, I turn my festivity into my passion, which is to continue to share these stories and make sure that these victims are not forgotten about. That was my main thing in my daughter's case. I did not want her to be forgotten. That's why I gave the police hell. Yes, I'm a hellraiser when it comes to my fight for anything, especially my child. So that's why a lot of people walk really lightly around me. And that's just me being real. I don't do all that other wishy-washy, weird, fake, full of crap stuff. And people know that about me and they realize that about me because I don't even have to say a word. I don't demand respect. I command it. So that's why I got results for the maggot that snatched my daughter away from her children. And that's why his old behind now is sitting in a penitentiary for 35 years. I'm not one to play with. And that's just to be put on record here on my YouTube channel, which is the most recent of my social media platforms that I engage with regularly. I'm polite. I'm kind. I will do anything that I can for anyone, but don't play with me. And don't disrespect me if I don't disrespect you, which I don't do because I wasn't raised that way. I have very good home training. So I will move on to my next and final 3 cases. The names are Julie Mosley. She was a 9-year-old baby from Fort Worth, Texas. Lisa Wilson, also from Fort Worth, Texas, 14 years old. And Murray Trulica, also from Fort Worth, Texas, that were all 3. And Mary was 17. All 3 were taken at the same time. Back on December the 23rd, just before Christmas, 1974. Their cases are on my social media as well. You can find them there too. And more than likely, I'm going to repost these since I'm doing this YouTube live. So they're closer up because I've done these and I'm kind of like reiterating these stories now because, as I said, these stories really tick me off. These young cases, all 3 of them at one time, nobody's been held accountable for that. Doesn't make any sense to me. And even that, their cases are from 1974. That's like 49 years ago. Why these cases have not been resolved is way beyond me. I mean, way beyond my thinking, my critical thinking skills. Because as I said, with all these gazillions of dollars, of our taxpayer dollars, going into all of this technology for all of our law enforcement agencies, for these types of cases to not be solved 49 and 50 years ago. Something don't chime right with that with me, y'all. It just doesn't. It just really doesn't. It doesn't chime right with me because, if that's the case, what are we spending all of our hard-earned tax dollars on? That's just as bad as spending all of our hard-earned tax dollars to send them to other countries for them to wind up just going right down the crapper. It makes no sense to me. No sense at all. And I'd like everybody to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would like for you to hit the notification bell. So anytime that I'm going to come live, you will receive the notification. Um, and at the end of the day, what I want to end this live with is my commentary on this whole Donald Trump and Elon Musk thing. And the only thing I can say, y'all, is I don't know what to say. Because at the end of the day, it's just like we all, I think, know by now. Some people are just going to do what they're going to do, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't like to judge what other people do um, in the political realm because it changes so much. Number one minute everything is wonderful in the political arena, and then the next minute everything has just gone stark raving mad. I try to I try to just look at it as comedy because they argue and bicker back up and forth up there on Capitol Hill like they're 2-year olds. And at the end of the day, if you're doing all that, how can anything be getting done for we, the American people, with all of that foolishness going on? I mean, I don't understand the back and forth with each other, then the back and forth in the courts, and then it's just pure madness. But I calculate all of that to one thing right now as far as that U.S. Capitol dome and all those, what, 400 and some representatives and leaders up there. I think a time of reckoning for all of those there on the nonsense and foolishness. Some people call it karma that's going on now. I call it God's wrath because God does not like ugly. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. And He's not too keen on pretty either if it's vain. That's why we got to stay humble, y'all. And anytime you put people's lives and decisions for people's lives in the hands of human, carnal, mortal beings, it's bound to be a mess to happen sooner or later. So I can just advise all of my subscribers, followers, friends, and social media family. The best thing that I've found to deal with all that political nonsense up there on Capitol Hill is to look at it like a comedy show. It's better for us to get laughs from it because what's that saying? It's better to laugh than to cry or something like that. But anyway, I'd rather laugh about it than for it to let it, first of all, distract me from my mission and causes and what I need to do in my life. Because trust and believe, they doing what they need to do in theirs, whether they up there arguing, bickering, or whatever. They still getting them checks and, doing what they need to do for them and theirs. So we have to do what we have to do for us and ours. Because like I said, My daughter has been taken through two, I think, presidents' administration, and neither one of them did a damn thing to help me find my child. So I couldn't care less about all that political foolishness, wickedness. I couldn't care less. And I'm going to finally reveal, after further pondering, because I started not to reveal this at all, but I'm going to go ahead and reveal it to my social media family now, because with all this nonsense going on, I feel even more emboldened to reveal that in the 2024 election, and this is another reason why I don't complain about all that nonsense. I just focus on my life. It's because I didn't vote for anybody, which is my right and my choice. And people will say, well, people died for you to have the right to vote. No, people died for me to have the right to or not to, for it to be my choice. And I truly believe that if some of the people back then that fought, bled, and passed away for the right to vote, for the watered down Voters' Rights Act and Civil Rights Acts that are of today, I really think they would have had to strongly rethink their decisions to get out there on the front line. I have dogs sicked on them, water hoses, sprayed on them. Just total brutality and inhumanity that they had to endure for this humongous mess that's called politics. Because at this point, in my opinion, the Voters' Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act has been so watered down to one more drop of water and it's going to disappear. Just a shame that they thought they were making progress and they thought they were making this country a better place for their offspring. And that's why it's up to us as their offspring to make a choice and pick a side. At this point, either you're going to be a part of the solution or you're going to be a part of the problem. And in the 2024 election, I decided to stay neutral. I couldn't see myself being a part of the solution because we didn't have anything to choose from. And I also didn't want to be a part of the problem because I think we have enough problems to deal with. I don't think we need any more problems to deal with. But on that note, I will say thank you all for joining me, even the ones that were in here for other reasons. I appreciate you peeking in, and feel free to like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so whenever I do go live now, you will be notified. I need to do maybe a couple of more of these videos this week till I can get comfortable with not having to rush. But anyway, all of you that came in to my live and liked my live, I appreciate you. God bless you. And feel free to leave me comments and suggestions. I am one that any that have followed me for these 15 years, I am one that I love constructive criticism and feedback because that makes me a better person. And like I said in my post about this live, hell, y'all teach me some things for real, for real. Not none of that flaky stuff, but if you all know me, my reputation speaks for itself. I don't have to say anything. So you know what type of constructive criticism I'm talking about and suggestions. Guys give me some great ideas that I probably would have never thought about. So feel free to shoot me a comment and let me know, any topics or cases, any of these criminal cases, because I don't know all of them. Sometimes people give me literally cases that I've never even heard of to use uniques in my platform to bring back up to the public view and the public eye. And as I said, that is why I built Unique's platform, was to solve her case and to help as many others as I can. So if you know of any cases, please feel free to, put it in my comment section or send me a message, whether it's DM, instant message, however. Um, my email, all of those contacts are listed in my description on this channel. I think I finally got all that stuff right, but if not, just shoot me a quick comment and we can go from there. I may have to contact you back because sometimes people give me information on these cases and they give me incomplete information. So I have to go back to them and ask them specific details because I don't mind doing suggestions from other people, but you have to give me enough information to work with and hit the ground running. I don't like getting cases from other people and they'll just do something like just give me a name and then I have to do the research on it. Why would you give me more work to do? I don't have any problem with sharing it on Unique's, ever growing platform and my ever growing platform. But please don't add extra work on for me to do. Get as many facts for me as you can. And if it's something like, one or two other facts, I won't even have a problem with researching that, but don't just give me a name and expect me to find out where it's at, when it happened, how old the people. I don't need all that extra because trust and believe, as you all can see, I have enough of my own cases to research in my time, where I have to make time for this. So on that note, thank you again for joining me, guys. And I will be seeing you all again very soon. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very soon because now, like I said, I have a more full floor on my YouTube channel, but you all can still find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, on all of those other social media platforms. So I have multiple Facebook pages. So, and if you don't and can't find it, just shoot me a quick message and I'll give you the information. But as I said, most of my contact information is in my description box. So, on that note, I will see you guys later. I hope everyone has a safe and blessed day. And I hope I have been a source of good information transformation and positivity for you and your day. And again, I'm and Unique's team prayers of comfort and heartfelt whew, healing to George Foreman's family, Hazel Dukes family, and Chris Jasper's family. Nothing but prayers of comfort and condolences to your family. It seems to me like these famous, legendary people's passings are coming like so fast in 2025. Like I was saying about Miss Duke's case, she passed away on the same day as Angie Stone did. And again, I want to address that. Let me add that to this live too. I want opinions on Angie Stone's car accident. I want you all to give me you all's opinions and insight on Angie Stone's passing. Because that's another thing. If you all saw my social media platforms, that one hit me hard, y'all. Because it was so sudden, unexpected, and I guess, for lack of a better word, mysterious. I'm still looking at people's breakdowns and commentary and opinions and, you know, the two police reports connected to her passing to try to make some sense of it, which, sad to say, I really don't think we'll ever be able to make full sense of that happening. The main thorn in my side with that is 9 people in the vehicle and only one pass away. Y'all tell me what y'all think, because I'm at a total loss and I need some guidance and direction as far as helping me to put the pieces to the puzzle together, because you all know I love a good mystery and puzzle to put together, but I also need y'all's help on this one. So feel free to send me your thoughts and your comments, your suggestions as far as what may have happened. I can even use those too. Um, so feel free, and I will see you guys later. Have a safe and blessed week, everyone. Love